Hi, I'm Shuruq Zakaria.
I am Asma Ali Zain.
I'm Arfa Shahid.
I am Mehek.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister.
I'm a mother. I'm a woman. I'm a wife.
I'm plus size. I'm a hijabi. I'm a feminist.
I'm
and
a journalist.
I was very vocal about certain issues that I felt strongly about. So I decided to study journalism. As I got more into it over the months, I realized that this is something that I am actually very passionate about. I got to pursue a lot of the stories that I felt very strongly about and write about them and create more awareness. So I realized that this is actually a field that I'm really enjoying because it involves law, it involves a wide variety of disciplines, and at the same time you can be creative with what you do. And when you start working on the fields, you realize that things don't necessarily go as you had planned for them to go, and so a journalist has to be very flexible with the situations that are thrown at them. So that's definitely one of the lessons I've learned. Now this can be in terms of the interview situation, people canceling on you at the last minute, or if it's, for example, you're interviewing an official and they refuse to give you a certain comment that is crucial to your story. You have to work with the situation and the things that are thrown at you. I guess you just start realizing as you develop as a journalist that there are a lot of restrictions, but you have to legally try and find your way around them. I prefer doing stories that are based on women's rights or humanitarian issues. In the past, I've done stories about female health issues, dysmenorrhea being one of them, which is a very common disease that affects women of all ages. Yet this is something that does not have a lot of research and does not have a lot of understanding within the society. So I always like to do stories that are interesting, that are fun, that are unique, that have a local element to it, and that would make like an important difference or create some sort of an awareness.
The reason I did journalism was because I wanted to help people and highlight stories that do not make it to mainstream media. So over the past few years, I very much have been able to do that. It is challenging in terms of time management as a reporter because you can have a story at 8 a.m., you can have a story at 11 p.m. So you could be working past midnight as well. So that is also the exciting part about the job, that you're always on the go. You should always be ready for something. I would be sitting in the office right now and I wouldn't know I would be covering something I did not expect in the next 1 hour. Being a male journalist and a women journalist over here, it is pretty much the same thing. We do the same stories, we cover the same beats. It's really, there's no difference on what a woman journalist does in the UAE and what a male journalist does. There is mainstream media and a lot of people just want to write about things that are already known to people. Go out and find stories that have never been written about and things that are not known to the public, and that's what's going to make you stand out.
I started working in journalism since 2013. I was in Al Sada Press, Dar Al Sada Press, in a magazine called Shabab 20 Young Plus magazine. It was half English, half Arabic magazine. And then I shifted to Kalish Times newspaper a year ago. So I've been in the field for 4 years in total. The exposure here is great. The way the environment here in the UAE really sparks or gives chance to talents to grow. I think, that was a really good opportunity to start. UAE was a great opportunity to start. The main problems I faced as a woman is basically how a lot of men or a lot of sources view us, you know what I mean? For example, as a woman, you're expected to be friendly, you're expected to smile a lot because you want to make sources, right? You want to form sources and you want to have a network. But a lot of people would sadly get that the wrong way. And you would get like late night texts, for example, or people trying to be extra friendly or take the professional relationship further. So that's the main problem I faced. Sexual harassment in the workplace is quite common, unfortunately, and it's not only in a certain Arab country, but I think worldwide. And it's more subtle than we know. I faced sexual harassment at some point in the workplace. A lot of women I know also face sexual harassment. It can be as subtle as a sentence, as subtle as a look, and sometimes it gets, of course, more blunt in terms of someone trying to touch or someone trying to invade your physical privacy.
It's fun to work with the young people because they bring in new ideas. You have already exhausted yours, you have already done with all the possible angles you can. So you need fresh blood. You need fresh blood to give a all new look to it, and in fact you learn a lot from them. There are certain restrictions because there are a lot of news that are quite sensitive and you have to be really careful about breaking them. The thing is that if it is official, it has to come from official sources. You cannot break news in the UAE until it comes from the official sources. And for that, once you have your officials' comments all in place, there is nothing that can stop you from writing. So all you need to do is get the official comments. Sometimes they are coming, sometimes they will clearly tell you that we do not want to write on these certain issues.